Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Wanted to get on here today with some glowy products. These are some of my favorite things in my entire collection. This is mostly going to be complexion products, but I'll put in a few of my favorite highlighters at the end. But really, I'm talking about healthy, glowy skin. Those are the products I want to talk about. And I'm going to start with what I prep my skin with. And today, what I prepped with was this Elastin Ultra Nourishing Moisturizer. And I love this because it's kind of lightweight. It's got a bunch of different kinds of peptides, and it's got ceramides, and it's just a great moisturizer. And it doesn't feel, again, does not feel too heavy, soaks right in, but it just makes my skin feel nourished and plumped up and moisturized and smooth for my foundation. And I love this. I always feel like I'm doing something really good for my skin when I use an Elastin product. And then I also love the Embryolisse. And this is paraben-free. It's got shea butter, beeswax, aloe vera, and soy proteins. The luminosity on this is beautiful. It really starts out my makeup, my skin, beautiful. Now this leaves me pretty glowy by itself, so I really like to use this if I'm using like a matte foundation so it doesn't go too matte. But this is so nice. It makes my skin just glow. So this is how I like to prep my skin right now. These are my favorites. Okay, next, I'm moving on to primers, glowy primers that, again, just start me off with beautiful, healthy looking skin. I will say about all these luminous primers, any shiny luminous product is going to draw attention to pores. So if you have larger pores that you're self-conscious about, I would not add it to the pore area. I would put it around the perimeter of my face, on high points of my face. I would just be careful around pores because any shiny object on the pores is going to make them stand out. And also, if you ever put a product on your pores that makes them stand out, have a damp beauty blender handy and bounce and press right there. A damp beauty blender is a friend to the pores. I always have this handy to bounce out on highlighters, primers, anything that makes pores stand out. All right, so now moving on to my actual primers. Today, the one I used is the Smashbox Primer Water. This is a beautiful natural glow. It just makes my skin look healthy. Doesn't add any kind of a shimmer or a shine. Just a beautiful radiance. Now this is in a spray. I don't spray this on my face because I don't want that moisture in my hair weighing my hair down. So I spray this on my hand real good. Get it nice and wet. And then I pat this all over my face. You can also use this as a finishing spray, but usually this is a primer for me and not a finishing step. Okay, my next primer is a really high shine primer, but not overly metallic, and that is the Laura Mercier. This is called a Pure Canvas Primer in the illuminating one, and I'm gonna put these on my hand to show you. And that's what it looks like. Kind of a tan with gold. And I'm just going to put this all over my hand so you'll get an idea on the face. This is one that if your pores stand out, I would keep this off of your pores. But do you see how that just melts into the skin? Adds a little bit of a gold reflect. It is beautiful and soft, just melts into the skin and really gives a beautiful glow without any kind of a metallic. Okay, my next one is from the drugstore, and it's one of my favorites, and that is the L'Oreal Lumi Glotion. And I think this comes in 3 colors. I have this in 901. It's kind of a gold, but this has more of like a metallic. You can see it's got a stronger highlight effect than my Laura Mercier. This is a little bit stronger, not quite as soft, but beautiful. I love this underneath a matte foundation, so it's not too matte. This is beautiful with the double wear. It's beautiful with the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush, something really matte that needs to not be, that I don't want to be quite that matte, but you can see it dries down soft, but still has a little more reflection or highlight, I think, than the Laura Mercier. It's just not quite as soft, but beautiful. I don't mean that in a negative way. is really beautiful under something that's matte and full cover because it has the strength to come through. Okay, next, two classics, and I'll put these together because they kind of go together to me. These Beccas, I will keep these as long as they're selling them. They're beautiful. The backlight, just about every time I get out my double wear, my Estee Lauder double wear, I put this on with it. It's magic because I always get a compliment. I'll put this on and a matte foundation, my double wear, my Tarte Amazonian. This is beautiful. It is a, hold on. Of course, I will put this on for you. I would say it's a high shine. It's that. This is the backlight. A lot like the Glotion. A lot like the Glotion. So if you don't want to spend the money on this, this looks very much like the Glotion to me. I didn't realize how similar they were till just now. This is kind of between the Glotion and the Laura Mercier. That perfected my hand beautifully. And then the First Light. This is beautiful, and with that purple, has a little bit of a color correcting. I love this with something that's a little bit too peachy. Like my Cliniques tend to turn a little bit peach on me. A lot of days I pick this up or my Stila One Step Correct. But if I want the luminosity with the color correcting, I'm picking this one up. And that, look at that luminosity. And this purple in it just makes your skin look a little bit more beautiful. It's so pretty, almost silvery. Okay, my next one is very quickly becoming a living legend and a classic, and that's the Hollywood Flawless Filter. I love this as a primer. It has a little bit of a cover. I have this one in the lightest one. And so I love to put this on the tops of my cheeks. I used it today, and I put it on, look how beautiful that is. I put it on the tops of my cheeks. I put it right here on my forehead. Then anytime during the day, you can use this as a liquid highlighter over powder for touch-ups. It's hard to overdo this. You know, it's just going to be subtle and beautiful and live from within healthy skin. Okay, next, I'm going to move on to my favorite Luminous foundations. The first one is the one I have on today, and it's the Dior Forever Skin Glow. And this is a nice medium to full cover, probably medium, and I build it up. I like to apply all of these pretty much with my fingers to kind of warm them up, and I don't know, it just makes them melt into the skin and just glow beautifully. So I put this on with my fingers, and then I put another pump on the back of my hand with a damp beauty blender, bounce it out all over my face. And this is a beautiful foundation. It's in a really nice glass bottle with the pump, and this does have a fragrance. I find it very pleasing. I love that foundation. I always get a good look every time I wear it, and I'm in the shade 1.5. Okay, next, the Guerlain L'Essentiel, and I will tell y'all, this is so luminous and dewy that I put a powder on under this, and it still looks luminous. So if you like a real dewy look with a medium, I'm going to say light to medium cover, you would probably love this. I make this a medium to full cover and the perfect amount of luminosity for myself by putting a primer and then a thin layer of powder, and then I put this on over it with my fingers, and it is perfect. It looks about like this. It is beautiful, still luminous, a fuller cover, and perfection. And look at that packaging. It's a beautiful, it's a piece of art. And then a nice pump on it. This is just a beautiful foundation. This was on the chopping block, but when I put that over powder, the perfect amount of cover, the perfect amount of luminosity, it is one of my favorites. Okay, then I have two newer foundations to me, and these operate very similarly to me. And one is a drugstore and one is an upper end. And these just remind me so much of each other. They blur, they cover great. Okay, I will talk about the Flower first. This is a beautiful luminosity. It is a beautiful medium to full cover. It's like a filter on my face, but with a healthy glow. It's in a nice glass bottle with a pump, and this is just a beautiful foundation. As is the Tarte Concealer. And I dragged my feet on this for the longest time because I thought it would be too dewy. It is beautiful. Just like the flower, it is luminous, it is blurring, it is beautiful. Medium to full cover, and it also is in a pump. And you twist it and lock it. And it's got that pump. So this is another one of my favorite blurring radiant foundations. Okay, next I'm going to talk about powders, which when you're going for a healthy, luminous glow like this, any powder I use very carefully with a really small brush. And my favorite, I love this Sonia G brush. This is the soft cheek brush. And I like this to put powder on when I'm really, trying to keep that powder look down. This is on the verge of being too big, but I like the hourglass, this double-ended, because I can use the small end. And this one's kind of a medium size. So I like these really small brushes when I'm doing my powders. And then I'm really careful, of course, with the powder. What I set with today was the Laura Mercier. The Laura Mercier Translucent. Just got a tiny bit in the lid. And, just right through the T-zone, right along my jawline, and a little bit on the forehead. And this was very, very nice. Then I also finished with my Hourglass Veil. This is beautiful because you can set more of your face and not mattify it. This is beautiful because it's not going to take that healthy radiance away. So the Hourglass Veil has to be a staple. When I finish using this one up, I will replace it. It just allows you to set your makeup without mattifying it. I'm still careful. But I also love a couple of these ambient powders. I love the Ethereal Light. Is beautiful. It's a soft pearly white. But I use this more where I want kind of a highlighted look. I don't have this on today. I sometimes use this around my eye area, this inner where I want highlighting, or on my forehead. Again, I have not used this today, but I might touch up with this later in the day today. Then I also love the dim light because I can kind of go over my cream products on my cheeks without brightening too much. This is a little bit darker, has a little bit of a glow. You can kind of see a little bit of a glow, and you're not going to take down that radiance. Okay, next, finishing sprays. And any of these finishing sprays add to the glow of my face. If I've gotten too much powder, it will take that powder down. And I love my finishing sprays for that. The one I use today is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. And this is a setting mist that dries to a radiant finish. It's what I use today, and I love this. It is just the finest mist ever. It doesn't irritate my eyes. It is a beautiful setting mist with a radiant finish. Then I love the Fix Plus, and I just got it in the lavender. One of you girls told me to pick this up. Love the lavender scent on this. But all of these just make the skin, it just makes any powder melt into the skin, and it just leaves a radiant, glowy finish without looking oily or shiny. I think it's the glycerin in here that does that, but it's just beautiful. You cannot beat the Fix Plus. Okay, next, the L'Oreal Dew Mist, and this is pretty dewy. I never put this directly on my face. I spray a beauty blender and bounce it out, or I use this under my eyes to set my under eyes, and it is beautiful for that. I'll tell you what I have on the way is the Tatcha Dewy Skin Mist. I did not think I was going to replace it. I love it. I love to spray that on my beauty blender and bounce that out, or use it on my under eyes. It is beautiful. And if you've wanted to try that Tatcha, they have it in the mini. That's what I'm getting. It lasted me 2 years that way. Then also, while I'm talking about the setting sprays, I will tell y'all I am loving my Honey Fan. I love this for the setting sprays. It's making me use my setting sprays more. And when I've got all this dew going on, this is really nice to set with. And it's got 3 speeds. And the high one, oh yeah, this is lovely to set the setting sprays with. Okay, and then I'm going to go over just a few of my highlighters. A few of my favorites. I love Charlotte Tilbury highlighters. I just really love them. I love the one in the Film Star because it is a lip from within glow. Truly, just easy to use. It doesn't have as much shine as some, but gives a beautiful, more of a skin glow that you can build. And also, you know, with that bronzer in there, those are both easy to use. This one is very nice for the daytime if you don't want just a whole lot of shine, which a lot of mornings I'm not in the mood to just really add a glow first thing in the morning. And I also love the Glowgasm. This one is the Lightgasm. And more than anything, I love the bronzer in here, and I love that highlighter. These two over here get used more than any. And the highlighter is what I have on. That shine on my face today is mostly that. And it is beautiful, high shine, but it's not scary to put on. Like, I really built this up. This is two layers, 2 applications. So I could go a little more subtle with it, but you know, for the video, I wanted a good high shine for y'all today. Then one of my favorites I just got back is this Hello Light. I think this is what set off my love of the highlighters. It's a cream, and I like to put this on with my Real Techniques foundation brush, and I just run it around in there. It's a cream, and it's a lip from within glow. Look how beautiful that is. And so I like to run this around in here and just dot, 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 right on the apples of my cheeks. And it is beautiful. For lip from within glow, I have 2 that I'm really loving right now. One of them is the Essence Pure Nude, this classic. I still love this, y'all. This is a lip from within beauty from the drugstore. Look at that. That is not scary. It is perfect for daytime wear. And then this new Clinique Pop. So pretty, y'all. This one goes on real subtle because I think this is the Baked Gelée formula. I like to put that on with this. This is a stiffer brush, and that's it. Look how beautiful that is. That is just icy champagne. Beautiful. I also love Natasha Denona highlighters, all of them. This new diamond and blush palette, this, at the time I'm recording this, is half off at Sephora. I use every bit of this palette, and I love it. These up here, or down here, are creams. And today, that cream is the first thing I put on. That's what I have on underneath the Lightgasm. This is the cream blush I have on today. And then you've got the powder that you can layer over it. And then these 2 highlighters are beautiful. Her highlighters are just gorgeous. Lip from within, but buildable. Do you see how that would be beautiful on the lid, on the eyelid, for just a real sheer glow. And I love it in the glow. This is for face and body. It's like a champagne color. I know that looks really beat up, but I am still using it. It's that perfect for my skin tone champagne. This is also beautiful on the eye. I also love the Super Glow. This is called Super Glow, but you can build this up. The first application, it's like a lip from within glow. Just a beautiful champagne gold. Okay, next I'm going to move on to a couple of liquid highlighters. One of my favorites, and I can't find this color, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about it because they have other colors in it, and I love the formula. This is in Moonstone, and it's a Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector. Comes in a pump like this, and y'all, I can use this the same way I use the Charlotte Tilbury. I can use it before my foundation, and it just adds a light luminosity. I can touch up with this during the day. I can use this as my initial highlighter over just my foundation, but this doesn't disturb powder. I found these at Marshall's, so you might check TJ Maxx and Marshall's. It is beautiful. And again, they have other colors of it. It's just beautiful and smooth. That's the Moonstone. It is, this color is perfection. I'm going to try this. They have it in Prosecco Pop, Rose Gold, and I think a gold, and then a new one. This Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Beauty Light Wand in Spotlight. Now to use this, you twist it open, squeeze a little bit up, and then lock it, and then tap it on. And that's the Spotlight. This is, you know, a higher shine than the Flawless filter, but easy to use and build up. And, you know, you can get a lip from within glow with this. They also have it in other colors, Spotlight, Pillow Talk, but this is my favorite. The Spotlight is beautiful. Then the Charlotte Tilbury that we've already talked about. This is a beautiful, subtle highlighter. It's gorgeous. So I would put that in this category. Okay, and that is all of my glowy products. Y'all definitely down below, let me know your favorite products that just give you a healthy glow. And that's all I have for you. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Leave comments and questions down below, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Y'all have a good day. Bye.